Hello again, everyone. Mark Hackle, Macomb County Executive. John Paul Rea, just giving you a quick update what's going on here in Macomb County, dealing with this COVID concern. And again, I think we're now on day 140, number 140 since the onset here in Macomb County on March 13th. But we've come a long way, and we've done a great job of flattening that curve.
Mark, we continue to respond to the coronavirus spread. Not only it goes throughout our county, region, state, nation, and globe. Where we're currently at right now is we are now under 5% on our 7-day average for positive tests. That's again continuing to trend downwards, even with the immense amount of testing that we're doing. Highest numbers that we've seen in tests, nearly 1,700 tests a day throughout the county. Obviously, running that number of tests.
Is that almost like 3 times as many as we were doing?
That's almost close to 3.5 to 4 times early on and everything.
And so we're at about we were actually at a 47% positivity rate, whereas now we're looking at about a 4.7 positivity. That is amazing. But
that's correct. So
I apologize for interrupting.
Trends keep coming down, which is good. On the July side, again, the case number is higher than we were at in June. However, I think the most drastic figure to look at is the number of deaths. Unfortunately, 9 deaths, but compared to last month, we had nearly 50, 166 in May, and 601 in April. Those numbers are coming down, Mark. Again, it's the manageable trend, the response we have with our EOC, our health department, and the modernization every single day with the contact tracing, the coordination, working with the first responders on all fronts, managing containment and continuing to work to serve the community.
And again, everybody's been part of the solution, as you just got through mentioning, in our health department. Incredible job that they're doing with the contact tracing. If you do get contacted by our health department because you were a positive or test positive, they're going to be asking you questions, so please take that call, whether it's from us or even Health and Human Services from the state. They need to know where you went or where you had been if you were, I guess, a test positive, so we can start contacting other people to kind of lock that down. So again, we're fortunate. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of hospitalizations, not seeing a lot of deaths. Percentage of people testing positive is low, and you know, with that economy opening, everything else going on, we would assume there's going to be, I guess, an uptick in the number of positive cases overall, but still clearly less than what we had early on.
Mark, one of the narratives that we've talked about is how businesses want to be part of the solution. Is the CDC continues to update their recommendations, not only with regards to symptoms and things of that magnitude, but workplace safety. We've been in continuous conversation with multiple employers across the county about what they can do to keep their workers protected, and if they're even as individuals that may be symptomatic, how we can quickly quarantine those individuals, get them to testing options, and also get them to physician options too. So that coordination, that outreach, all that information that is continually disseminated out of the EOC is undoubtedly combating the virus in the community.
Yeah, and everybody is acutely aware of the CDC guidelines, social distancing, washing your hands, face masks, they do make a difference, so you know, making sure we're doing that. But I got to tell you, anybody who needs information can get that, macombgov.org, whether it's a business looking for help and assistance, and our planning department's done a great job working with them, along with the health department and emergency management. So we've got good things going on. But speaking of the planning department, the funds we have from the CARES dollars, but done an incredible job, planning has, of reaching out to those local businesses, less than 50 employees, and now the ones that we're working on in this phase 2, if you will, 50 to 500, boy, I tell you, they're doing a good job. And now we're trying to figure out what do we do for some of those nonprofits and even home-based businesses.
Absolutely, Mark. So we're in phase 2 of the Macomb County Cares for Small Business, looking at those companies that are out there, 50 to 500 employees on that end. The ability to get $10,000 grant directly from the county. Again, go to macombgov.org. Click the application. There's frequently asked questions, everything that you would need to gain access to those funds. Alongside that, Mark II, we also have the opportunity to champion $7.5 million of additional funds coming from the state of Michigan. Those funds are available through another grant program which opens up funding opportunities for home-based businesses and nonprofits. Again, all those grant information available at macombgov.org. You'll be able to see all the different programs we have, the return to business PPE kits, any other types of business and operational support mechanisms, all there at macombgov.org, and we're there to champion those businesses.
Yeah, doing a great job on that end. And you know, I think as you look around, you're seeing businesses open, people interacting, there's a lot going on, and you know, with that being said, people are still taking precautions. You know, but on the other side, as you look around, we're seeing a lot more engagement within the community where people are out and about and they're doing the recreation. Gyms aren't open yet, which obviously is something I'm very concerned about and wish they were. We'll finally get at some point in time information as to when they can, but we're still waiting for that. But that being said, people are finding other ways to recreate, and here in Macomb County, plenty of recreational assets that we have, whether it's parks within your communities, whether it's the metro parks, I mean, in and around Macomb County, who have been doing an incredible job of keeping, you know, the facilities safe and the environment kind of workable. But with that being said, some of the communities are doing some things that are kind of adding to the features that they have, like Chesterfield just the other day. We did a groundbreaking with Dan Echevetti and Chris Bunch. Dan is the supervisor out there in Chesterfield. Chris Bunch, who has the Six Rivers Land Conservancy, he runs that, trying to figure out how do we protect some of these natural habitats out there and make them available or accessible to the public, but yet try to keep them as natural as possible. So did a ribbon cutting out there, and I tell you what a beautiful parcel of land. They had 33 acres right there in Chesterfield Township off the Salt River, and had a chance to kind of not only do the ribbon cutting, a little bit of a cleanup, but even paddle down the Salt River. So, you know, there's some incredible things going on, and we're partnering along with, obviously, some of these communities. Jerry Santoro, I got to give him a quick shout out. I mean, this guy, he's part of our planning department. This is our recreational, outdoors, blue, green economy guru here in Macomb County, and Jerry's done a fabulous job of working with those municipalities. But what a beautiful parcel, and it was really neat being out there, seeing what they're about to, I guess, embark upon for the public.
Mark, it's been a fantastic conversation we've been having with the community for now over 10 years when you launched the Blue Economy Initiative, highlighting those freshwater assets that we have throughout our community, all those opportunities for recreation, for preservation, and to champion the fact that we have world-class freshwater and recreational assets right in our backyard. Many people for years didn't know that the Salt River was a viable trail that you could float down and have an enjoyable time with your family and friends. Now with the preservation area, the Weber Paddle Park that's there too, Supervisor Echevetti and the folks over in Chesterfield Township and their Parks and Rec division, it's just a fantastic consortium of partners which gives us the ability to use programmatic dollars and also bring in additional grant dollars that traditionally the county was really never competitive for.
Yeah, in doing that, we've seen there's been some entrepreneurial spirit going on too. In fact, Becky was out there. She's from Simple Adventures. Simple Adventures. She's got her own company, and I tell you what an entrepreneur she is, with the kayak rentals and paddleboard rentals, canoe rentals, and now she's into the bike rentals. And not only is she the entrepreneur trying to figure out how to at least provide people opportunities, and she's making money as a result of that economic opportunity for her, but also giving some ideas and thoughts to what they can do on that parcel of land for bike trails, hike trails. And so we're seeing that partnership, if you will, from the public and the private sector coming together. So, you know, it's amazing to see how far we've come within that short period of time. And again, credit to people like Candace Miller, who are doing a great job of trying to figure out how do we keep our freshwater assets fresh water. And so a lot is really going into this, and everybody's pulling together. And again, it's a teamwork, if you will, in Macomb County, but nothing is more important to many of us than these recreational assets in our own backyard. And for more information about what's out there, go to actually make Macomb your home. Make Macomb your home. Go to that website. You're going to see plenty of information about the recreational assets and things going on in and around Macomb County. And again, nothing is more important to people than their home and what's going on in their own backyard.
And you talk about in your own backyard, Mark, and it's one of those things, whether it was early on being at the stay-at-home order or whether it's, you know, a little bit of apprehension to go back to some of the normalcy, these opportunities are not only safe, but it's been a part of that stuff that we've been championing on Make Macomb Your Home with the whole notion of the safe summer. A number of assets are out there, a number of options for you and your family, whether you got young kids, whether you're looking something to just kind of free your mind a little bit. We've cataloged all those assets and opportunities that Make Macomb Your Home, and we welcome the community to go check it out. Yeah, so again, go to makemacombyyourhome.com, check that out. You'll see plenty of opportunities for you, what's happening here in Macomb County. Of the various 27 distinct municipalities in Macomb County, there's something there for everyone. And so with that being said, we did mention early on Monday that we're going to do a quick update on some of the road projects here in Macomb County, and we're going to do that. We're spending about $70 million this year on various road and bridge projects throughout the county, and credit to our road department. They've never shut down. They've been working throughout the entire crisis and continue to do so. And the road projects that were slated, we're up and running, and some of them are already complete. Some of them are still being worked upon, but you know, we want people to go to macombgov.org. There is a road icon there where you can go to road, look at the road projects, and it has a very interactive map there where you can actually click on a bridge, click on a road, and it'll tell you the cost of the road, the date that they're planning on starting the project, when it should culminate, when they're going to be finished with it. I mean, a very detailed map that we have that I don't think anywhere else in the entire country they have like we have here in Macomb County. That might have been a little too much. That's
but
all right. Yeah,
okay, what the heck.
We'll take the challenge.
So with that being said, I'm going to tell you, you're really going to like the map, and if you have any suggestions to help make it a little bit more robust, we'll be more than willing to take those suggestions, but it's pretty interactive. And with that being said, 31 projects are underway. Some of them are already completed here in Macomb County for roads, as well as some of the bridges. And people often wonder, but what about this road? What about that road? Again, $70 million is what we had available to work on projects this year. We're getting that money out there and working on these projects. Some, unfortunately, prioritization has to take place, and we're doing that right now here in Macomb County.
Mark, from St. Clair Shores to Richmond Township, we have active road projects totaling over $70 million of investment in our infrastructure here. It is not only a consortium of partnerships where we're bringing in dollars from the feds, from the state, partnering with the locals on creative cost shares, doing subdivision roads, integrating other work on water mains. It is a complete and total modernization of our infrastructure, not only for safety and efficiency, but also to support motorist communities and our business community. It is something that you've made a priority since day one, and it illustrates that whether you put in a call to our friends at the Department of Roads, of the tens of thousands of calls that we get on maintenance, or it's a massive community undertaking like Innovate Mound, we have the capacity and bandwidth to be an active participant in those conversations.
Yeah, and interesting enough, you mentioned about the subdivisions, the partnership with that. Again, no other county is doing this. What we do is we have a 50-50 match with, I guess if you will, homeowners associations or subdivisions, where if they come up with the 50% match to fix a particular road or roads within their subdivisions, we are matching that. So it is not possible. It's not feasible with the funds that we have currently to fix all roads in Macomb County. As I always say, there isn't a road we can't fix here in Macomb County if we have the funding to do so. And culminating to what you said about the Mountain Road projects. I mean, that was an incredible problem we had, and there was no funding available to really figure out what we were going to do to fix that road. One of the worst roads, probably not only in Macomb County, but the state and possibly the country. And how do we know that? Because we went out for a competitive opportunity to request money from the federal government. It is probably the largest grant award to any local road project that wasn't a federal roadway and or a state roadway. It was a local roadway, and they granted us just under $100 million for that road project. So about a $200 million, I guess if you will, restoration or complete reconstruction of that road, integrated with technology. This is going to be something that's going to be marveled by engineers across the country and probably around the globe after we get done with this. And the actual construction starts in 2021.
That's correct, Mark.
So they're working on engineering studies and stuff right now.
Pre-engineering the design build components, which are again going to drive down costs and ensure we can manage those things more long term. Great partnership with our friends over at HNTB. MDOT has been in lockstep with us along the way. Director Ajiba and his entire team over there have been incredibly gracious, and as we bring on contractors and then the support we're getting from the locals, the City of Warren, the City of Sterling Heights have not only put up front resources and dollars, but also their support of their municipal teams. So this has been just a fantastic process that we've been able to champion, and again, we want to make it a federal example.
Yeah, and this is such a large project. I mean, if you think about the extent of that, that's a $200 million total, I guess if you will, reconstruction of that road. And with that being said, our budget of using $70 million, it's almost 3 times what we normally have for all the roads in Macomb County, focusing on one. So there is a separate website for all the detail, all the information if somebody's interested in what's going on, a timeline, what we plan on doing, pictures as to what might be happening out there. They can go to Innovate Mound. Innovate Mound is the actual website people can go to get all the details and information about what we're doing on that Mound Road project. So we're excited about that, and we know the reason why we got that, because the innovation not only is going to be about that roadway, but that's what's going on in that corridor in Sterling Heights, the City of Warren. That is our innovation hub, if you will, recognized by the nation as being an economic driver, an economic force for the entire country, not just Macomb County, the state of Michigan. So this is going to be, again, an exciting project, one that you're going to be able to keep an eye on along with us on a regular basis. But suffice it to say, our road department has done an incredible job of dealing with as many roads as they can, bridges that we're working on, and even the gravel roads that they're working on, about $1.5 million to figure out what they're going to be doing in the north end with some of the projects they're working on up there.
We are actively up there, not only maintaining the gravel roads, keeping an eye on the ditches if there's any issues with regards to flooding and maintenance on that side, Mark. But I'm glad you brought that up, because every time that we discuss roads, we understand that it's an incredibly passionate subject. Folks want a response. we're here to take those calls. So we welcome you not only to engage our friends at the Department of Roads, any information, intel, or perspective we can get from the locals undoubtedly will help refine our strategies. And if it is our responsibility, we will do everything in our power to be able to assist.
And on that note, I just want to make a disclaimer. Understand that we understand where the road problems are. We had an engineered study of all the county roads in the entire county, including subdivisions. So if you're calling to tell us about a road that's problematic, we already know that. In fact, you can go to our website here in Macomb County and you can actually click on and touch on the roads that you think are of concern. And there is a cost associated with each one of those roads and the road repairs that we have in place. So again, no one else in the state of Michigan has as robust a system as we've had, and nobody else has done the actual engineered study of all the roads. And we've done it through a PASER study process that's recognized by SEMCOG as well as the state of Michigan.
Absolutely.
And we know where those roads are, and we know where the problems are. It's just, once again, matching funding to fix all of them. And that's become the challenge and will continue to be the challenge until that gets solved or resolved at the state level. So again, I think it's a good, opportunity to let people know we are out there and we're trying to figure those issues out too. So,
Mark, it's going to be a continuous process, but I think we not only have modern tools at our disposal that are helping us spend every dollar as efficiently as expeditiously as possible, but I think more importantly, have a more open, honest, and transparent conversation is the real cost of infrastructure in our community and how that's a priority for us.
Yeah, and we're thankful the locals are working with us. They too know the challenges, and again, that cost sharing has taken place. So, two other things we do want to mention, if you can, that census, I keep bringing that up. Census 2020 brings back our money, gives us better representation at the federal level. So if you haven't already, please fill it out. We're in a great position right here in Macomb County right now with the returns that we've seen, the percentages. We're state of Michigan #3 and Macomb County #16 in the entire country of all counties. But also, I'd like to remind people, if they know somebody who's a veteran, please have them get a hold of our veteran services here in Macomb County. Boy, I got to tell you, the folks over there do an incredible job of working with our veterans. So MacombVets.com is a place to call if you're looking for some support, and we're going to get that support to you. So if you're a veteran, please call. If you know somebody who's a veteran needing of some type of support or services, please get a hold of MacombVets.com.
Mark, Laura Rios and her team throughout all of this COVID response has been working not only with our state partners and our federal partners to connect veterans to those services that they need. They're there not only to answer the call, but direct you to any of those resources that may be available to you and your families.
Yep, and so again, not only we build things to protect those who protect us, we have here providing services to those who have served us as well. So on that note, again, I'd like to thank you along with John Paul Rea and the rest of us here in Macomb County for tuning in, and more importantly, if you can, make sure to keep you and your family safe.